Hello my friends, Runar again. It's been a while since I used my Crosman Stronghold P7 paintball pistol. And I thought, okay, let's try today with the coated steel balls. These are small steel balls that is has a rubber on the outside. And the weight is around 5 gram. I weighed them and they are a bit under 4.8, 74 grains. And I thought, okay, let's try it a bit. In the user manual it says hit it on something hard. So last time I've used it, I hit it on the table to gas it up, and obviously nothing wrong with doing that. I thought it was some problem with mine because I was trying to hit it with the palm of my hand, like on the Umarex markers, and that didn't go so well. Too hard. To put in the CO2 canister, you flick off the right grip panel. Inside it has a tool here. That tool is used for installing the, let's see if I can get it right here. There. Take it over the CO2 puncturing cap and screw it out. This model don't have the push cap in, the puncturing pin in the push cap, like the Umarex. Umarex one has a here. This one is rounded, and the pin sits down there on that silvery thing you see in the bottom there. So I have tested it with the Umarex cap. Just put a small nut down and over the pin so you don't harm it, and then put the CO2 canister in like on the Umarex version. But today I will use it with the original cap. So let's put in some silicone spray. And I have a Umarex CO2 canister. On this mold, tip goes in, as I said, like so. How it is to power tune this thing, I'm not so sure. But from the last testing I've done, the power should be quite okay. Stock. Right out of the box. I think it says 14 joules or something. Make sure I don't cross thread it. And then we use this thing again from the grip. There, screw it all the way in, and then we take this piece, grip plate. There's a small knob on the end there. It goes into a corresponding hole in the frame. There, like so. Now we can see the outer part of the push cap is protruding a bit. In order to puncture it, I don't want to hurt my hand trying to do so. I will have to push it on the table or something. If you're using it and in an emergency situation, you can always whack it in the forehead of some attacker, or against the floor or wall or whatever. I just have these things for plinking and testing, not for any kind of defense. So let's put in the balls from Home Defense 24. The magazine holds 7 balls, one more than the Umarex. Whoop. So 7 balls loaded. Quite cool looking pistol, looks like a Colt 1911 with OK sights, non-adjustable. So let's check the temperature and then we can see what sort of velocity and energy it gives. I'm not going to shoot at anything specific, just a little power test. One thing worth mentioning on this pistol is that the lower part of the frame, or the frame, is metal. The slide, or what looks like the slide, is plastic. It has a trigger safety. And that's it. Yeah. One moment and we can try the testing. Temperature is 22 degrees Celsius. I think that is 72-73 degrees Fahrenheit. Around there. So, let's see how it goes. 4.8 gram coated steel balls. Heat it on the table here. There, gas it up. You can see the red ring indicator. I will use my middle finger or traffic finger for pulling the trigger. So let's see, shot number 1. Quite loud. 289. Trigger pull is long and relatively stiff. $287. $259. $287. $242. I think if you're using aluminium balls or steel balls, the trigger pull will feel better, because the rubber balls are kind of sticking to the mechanism. $281. Velocity is fluxing a bit, but not too much. Should be one more, then we can do a reload. Of course, that one didn't read. So, let me load it up a bit again. Same balls. Whoops. Several balls rolled out the magazine. 275. Yes, now the rest of them roll it out. That's the problem with this type of magazine, that the elevator shut-off is supposed to be gas tight, preventing CO2 gas from blasting down into the magazine, but it is not, at least not 100%, as you could see. $274. $270. $261. $243. $228. The sound is also not as loud, so I guess we are just about out of CO2 gas. Let me see if I can shoot off the remaining 2 balls. $202. $171. And we're out of ammo and gas. So yeah, seems to work quite well, except for that one shot that pushed the magazine fall over all the way up and docked it, which is, as I said, a common problem on this type of magazine. Yeah. Well, you see that red ring there, showing that it is pressurized. In order to remove the CO2 gas from the pistol, don't just unscrew this thing, you need to push in that bottom piece first. That drains the system. Then we take this tool again and fiddle around with screwing the CO2 cap off. Like so. Nice puncture. So yeah. Cool pistol, if you want something different than the normal Umarex versions. Trigger pull is, as I said, long and a bit stiff. It might improve with use, I don't know. I haven't used mine that much, only a few times. Yes, that's it for today. Hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching.
you want it.